good evening, or good afternoon, whatever the case may be for you. Yeah, just maybe a short one. They've all been short lately anyway. If not, oh well. Anyway, I'm thinking maybe head back to an old small town. That'd be beautiful. I lived there off and on as a kid. And right after I got out of the Marine Corps. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait. Let's see if we can't get one or two of you in here tonight. Nobody yet. There's a minute. It's late enough. Everybody's kind of bored by now. We'll see what happens. Bob Seger playing in my background. Love Bob. You gotta love Bob, right? I'll tell you the whole story while I'm here. I'm gonna post it separate later. I'll tell a story right now. I'll post it later on, but let's see. I was probably about 13. Just turned teenager. This new family moved in about a block away. Two boys, one older than me and one younger than me. And there was a girl there. Her last name was Fox to beat all that. So I'm going to call this one Miss Fox. She was beautiful. She might have been about a year or two older than me. But I could tell by the way she looked back at me. You know, we had that thing, you know. She had a boyfriend, though. That was her oldest brother's age. Imagine that. I still pushed to see how far I could go. Yeah, I kind of intimidated him. The first time we met out on the street. Second time I went over to her house. And she had me climb into this car with her. She, her being a little older, of course, her body chemistry kicked in. Andy, howdy. And she hadn't discovered deodorant yet. Maybe she wasn't aware. I don't know, but not to make your eyes water. Yeah. But still, she was beautiful. She had a kind of a witchy nose, you know, pointed beak there, but Mr. Reese, smart ass. You know, I look back and I had blind ambitions just like any other youngster. At the same time, I truly was innocent and naive. Anyone my size, like a smart ass. 6'3". I'm getting some inspiration off somebody, Reese. You need to check him out. Charles. Oh, what the hell was his last name? He's in England. He's 6'5". I'm getting some inspiration from him. Yep. Daniel Berry Sports. Yeah, see, he wants somebody else. Yeah. Sorry, Daniel Berry Sports. But no. Exactly. Yeah. And that's what all the videos I put out, Reese, are about. Wisdom, things I've learned. I don't repeat. I don't repeat mistakes because if you don't learn from them, you'll repeat them. That's the law of the universe. A lot of people don't accept that. Hello, Gregory, the cameraman. Let's do a TikTok too, right? From the looks of it. Yeah, yeah, I've seen that guy Daniel Berry Sports on a couple of people's channels. That I don't want nothing to do with them. It's better not to create. Let the drama be carried on from one to another. You know. Yeah, the captain's doing well, Mr. Reese. Doing well. We're looking into a different place to move. I was going to move not even a quarter of a mile away, but we're thinking about a different town. I grew up there as a kid. A little bit closer to you, Mr. Reese. This side of Battle Creek. Still this side of Battle Creek. Look at it, right, yeah. On a Bob Seger kick tonight. Yeah, playing all the videos he has. Thank you for the thumbs up, everyone. Appreciate that very much. The guy in England, his name is Charles Veitch. Veitch. You should check him out. He's quite the character. Love his humor. All right, Senate Squirmy Wormy. Just hanging out, having a good evening. Yeah, be warned. I am state of Michigan. Marijuana is recreational marijuana is legal here. So there. I'm an old hippie. What can I say? I've been smoking for over half a century, children. Some of you aren't even that old. Yeah, I see you. The Senate, you said it. You're in Ohio? Yeah, just south of me. I'm in Kalamazoo right now, just south of there. Portage, actually. I guess I-94 separates Kalamazoo from Portage. Once you get this side of 94, you're in Portage. Absolutely, Reese. Absolutely, Mr. Reese. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. That's why I'm leaving some of my life's lessons, and I'm hoping that somehow it'll archive for my grandchild or children. Goes on. Um, they'll be able to see it. They'll get to know Grandpa. Here in Stark, Ohio. I guess Senate knows Mr. Reese. Maybe not. Cheers, y'all. Put my guitar down for like 3 months. It was getting too strange for me. I had a lot of different things going on here. I'm gonna pick it back up here pretty soon. maybe I'll be able to do some live again someday soon and get somebody to join in again. But yeah, as I was saying, if I get moved to Galesburg, that's where I'm thinking about moving to. Is I'll do some lives from there, and I'll do some others too. You know, yeah, I know that town so well. It seemed like I was the only kid that went everywhere around that town and didn't see any of the other kids hanging around. They were all home. They didn't get out like I did. I was one of those kids. If there was a patch of woods, I knew every inch of it. I just, I had to be outdoors. Too much imagination, I guess. Reese dropped out. All right, guys. The numbers up at the top lie a lot of times. Appreciate all the thumbs up, though, that I've gotten. Yeah, and that young lady, I don't know whatever became of her. I won't forget her, though. Having memories like that are great. I just didn't want to get my ass beat by her boyfriend, who seemed to me like he didn't pay any damn attention to her. Just the fact that she was his friend's sister. You know what I mean? Maybe he was more naive than I was. Who knows? You never know. You never know. Cheers, Mr. Reese. I keep mine in the box, in the case. But I do need to get it out. I was I was making strides, but it seems for me, Grandpa and his weed. Okay, that'll be enough. Lungs and throat don't listen to my mouth. They know they're attached. But I have noticed that if I stop for a little while and then I pick it back up, the stuff I had learned previously comes in, but then it's like my imagination or something has had time to work with it. I don't know. Maybe that's why bands take a break now and then, or should. Get on a jet ski and blast it wide open where you can, not where the no wake zone is. You know, and then after a month or two, then go back to it. And it seems like bands who've done that, they come up with their most explosive albums once they've laid off for a little. And that's something I'll never be in a band, but I like playing. I can't play like these YouTube professionals can. No, but I entertain me, and if I entertain me and one other person, hey, I've done what I should. All right, all right. We will. We'll talk. We could do some lives and not have anybody else there, man. You know, it doesn't matter. Yeah. they're going to go look at it tomorrow. What it is the couple I'm living with, they realize if I live with them, I'm solid income, you know. It's good to be trusted like that. We become very good friends, you know, and they know I'll stick with them, and I'd like to move too. This trailer's kind of small. We get something bigger. Hey, hell yeah. We were looking at a double wide, which is about twice as big as this. Not quite though. And I don't know. The woman who was at the head of the park, you could tell she's a dyke. Yeah. And the moment this couple backed off, one of her friends snatched it up. I hear that. Hey, I've had, I swear, I've had this crate, 10 amp. It's a bass. It's a bass amp. And I had a PV audition. I love my PV auditions. I think it was only 15 or 20 amp. I loved it. But the pull's thick, and something else went wrong in it. I had to ditch it. Yeah. You see my reaction to things? This guy, Charles Beach, I got a man crush on him, and we look a little bit alike. He looks like he could be like a grandson, or not a grandson. Hell, he's only 19 years younger. So yeah, he looks like he could have been a nephew. Yep, just a bigger version. Like I said, he's 6'5". Go check it out, Charles. Oh, that man, I don't think I can type anything here. I can't. If I get it on the laptop, I could. Still got the laptop going. I just can't. It won't let me upload. Yeah, I can't do live streams off of it. It won't let me do StreamYards or any shit. I can't even find Streamlabs now. I think they changed too. And I can't. It won't. It tells me I need to upgrade my browser. I try to upgrade the browser. It won't upgrade. Yeah. Yeah. Every now and then I dust mine off with a dust wipe, they call them. It's just a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of Armor All, and it keeps the dust from collecting on it too quick. So I got two guitar cases. One's got pedals and all the chords and all that. Yeah. Hey, ooh, nice. Oh my God. Fucking get him out of bed. I love it. All right. I'll be right back.
For type 2 diabetes, once weekly Manjaro could help. Dual-acting Manjaro is the only FDA-approved type 2 diabetes medicine of its kind. 3 in 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Don't take Manjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include flame increase and gallbladder problems. Taking Maldron with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor.
All right. There we go.
Taking birth control pills before scheduled procedure with anesthesia.
I like the 60 watts. That's nice. Headphones on, I could hear some things that I couldn't hear on a 20 watt. But anyway, I've learned so much about amp setup to pedal volume and amp volume and how to. I almost wish there was a way that you could tell your amp, okay, in this setting, I only want this particular. I want my pedals to be at this kind of a drive. But then the second one, and I know that there's 1 and 2, but I'd have to get twice as many pedals the way I want it to accentuate. And because I don't have a guy at the board going, okay, switch to this pedal array. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do shit like that. I don't want to get that intricate with it. I'll tell you, a new band I'm checking out nowadays. They're not a new band. Actually, they've been around for at least 14 years, as far maybe 15. Check out Alter Bridge. Alter Bridge. That's a hell of a band, man. They started out, sounding not AC/DC like, simple. Not that simple. A bit more complex than that. Like maybe a Queensryche, which isn't that simple. And I think they've risen above Queensryche because of all the technical things they've got going on. Yep, Alter Bridge. Okay, redacted. Right on, man. Like you said, after I get moved, although it shouldn't cost me any more than what I'm paying now. It really shouldn't. The wah pedal. I got rid of a really nice wah that I had. I traded my brother because all my effect pedals were going to shit. And he had a multi, the one I've got now. But I want separate pedals. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, that would be nice. I remember you showing a little bit about that. Yeah. I used to have a really nice reel-to-reel. It was an old German one. Wish I had lost it. Because I went to Radio Shack and I bought up the rest of their high quality reel-to-reel. I had all these blanks. And I was going to do a lot of recording. I had a pretty nice microphone too. Yeah, about a $240 mic. Yeah. I lost it all. But I'm not going to be one of them old bastards that dies of regret. Because in the end, it would end up as dust anyway. Something else for somebody else to pack away and sell or trash, There'll be no Chris Pattee archives in a museum anywhere. Oh my God, my ego can actually handle that. Oh, no shit. Yeah, I like to have that. Yeah. just don't want to get so loud that my neighbors complain, but yeah, maybe I got cool, maybe I'll have cool neighbors. Here we don't really have any. There's no one, there, one side of us is there's a road and a bridge over the stream in the back. On the other side of us, there's one, two, three, there's four vacant trailer lots, and then a trailer. And we're at like where three roads come together, and there's nothing on the corner anymore. We're pretty isolated. Hmm. I wish I still had this crate I had, and it wasn't crate the trademark. I had a 4x4 crate. I had two, I think, 18-inch subwoofers in them, 8 mid-range, and 4 tweeters in it, and they were all high wattage. And I drove that with an 1100 car stereo booster. Well, Reese, I tell you, we could continue this right now or later at some time, privately on Messenger. Um, I can't do it while we're here. Oh, yeah, I'll forward you my Messenger. No, hell, you could give me I'm on your Messenger, duh. But we could do live on Messenger. Yeah, definitely. Because I've got your phone number. You got mine. You got my YouTube and all that. Yeah. I just don't like bugging people, Reese. It's, I'm one of those guys that I like to, I like to have friends that are close by, but I only want to show up when it's like, hey, it's good to see you, man. Not like, hey, honey, Chris is here again. I don't ever want to turn into that. I like going where I feel invited. That's how I've always been. I don't try to impose myself on people. No doubt. Well, it's not too late. Wake up, Mom, and she goes, hey, yeah, let's get that over there. Yeah. It won't be, you need to let him know tomorrow. Yeah, I know it. I had one of those mom. Oh, I had one of those grandmothers. I had the quintessential TV grandmothers on both ends. On my mom's side, I had my Dutch, get off my Davenport. I wish I remember the word she'd used, but she was a Dutch hillbilly, and she thought using the word Davenport made her sound like she was more higher class. It was funny as fuck, man. And my other grandmother, on my dad's side, she was this sweet old woman. She was pretty tall, but it seemed like magic every time she was around, and she smelled like Wrigley's chewing gum. That was my grandma. She was sweet. The other one was witchy. Yeah, maybe more like bewitched. Yeah. where Samantha's mom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was my grandma. My grandma on my mom's side. She would tear apart the family. She'd attempt to tear apart the family, and she had 6 kids. And as long as her second husband was still alive, she'd get just so far. And I seen it happen. She stirred up shit even amongst the Saturday night table where they all were drinking that we weren't allowed up near the table. She'd stir up shit so bad, and he'd look at her and go, "All right, you're going to be like that? Go get me down the whiskey." And he kept a bottle of whiskey on top of the cupboard. And she knew what that meant. My grandma was going to get her ass whipped. And I don't mean poof, 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 poof. I mean, my step grandfather would put her over his leg. I was told this by her kids, aunts and uncles. He'd put her over his leg and spank her like a fucking child. I think she liked it, actually. And the next day, she was calling people and apologizing and getting everything back squared around. It wasn't more than 6 months after he died. She had them all separated from one another. We are growing, Reese. On the right side, we're growing. You'd be surprised. Okay. I've already got all the blocks, all the right people blocked out of here. Yeah. You see what I did early on? Barry Sports there. I don't remember which one he comes from. I'm not even going to say names. It's better that way. But he's part of that other group that likes to harass and stir up drama. I want nothing to do with them people, man. You know, I still have enough. I haven't been able to afford to get a new laptop, and no, you you've done more than enough, sir. I'm hoping we get this, through our president. Here's some megabucks for us all. That kind of thing. But, it was going to be a laptop, a new laptop, or it was going to be a new generator, solar. You know, I had a feeling it won't be till the beginning, after the beginning of next year. You know, I think it's Streamlabs now because I do StreamYards. I try to bring it up, and nothing. I think it's Streamlabs now. They changed their name, maybe. Absolutely, it must, because there have been so many of us that have prayed. I truly believe that. Yeah, so many people have prayed to make things honest, open, and just. See, Democrats ran on lies for decades. And we all knew it. We all saw it, but we couldn't do anything about it. But now we've got an FBI and all the other investigators that are on our side. Or not so much on our side, but on the side of truth, justice, and honesty. And we're finding out these motherfuckers have been corrupt for decades. They've been arranging and rearranging shit so that they always remain in power. Even when we're in charge, everything underneath is still them. Yep, that's being dismantled. Absolutely. I'm telling you, anybody and everybody needs to go watch Charlie Veitch. England's got the same kind of problems over there. But the thing is they're a bit more boisterous than we are. Hey, we came from there, and here we are. Yeah. Yeah, what Democrats now are down 3 million. We're up 3 million. Imagine that. It's like a 6 million shift. It'll be bigger than that. I got a feeling what they're preparing JD for what's coming next after him, after Trump. They've got to be saying, look, we need to leap forward. Democrats have been doing that all along in securing their positions every time they've gotten in charge. We need to dismantle that old guard. And that's what it is. It's an old guard, I think. You know, Democrats' old guard and their funding has been dismantled or it's died. And there's a few big billionaires out there. They're still trying to hold on to it. I just got a feeling that there's just too many people that are going, wait a minute. Which was much bigger than that. Absolutely. At least for the next 2 generations, Reese. Yeah, 20s. I'll make sure, at least from my bloodline, because I'll tell them, you go out and have babies. Yep, and I'll explain to them, your firstborn, treat them like this. Your secondborn, treat them like this. And the ones after, treat them like that. You'll end up with a family stronger, and you tell them to do the same things along these same guidelines. I can't tell my son that because I like to tell my son, yeah, he's in his 40s now. But I like to tell him, hey, have more babies, please. Boys, girls, I don't care. I prefer boys, but girls are equally as loved and equally as multiplice. You know, exactly. Uncle Gary did it right. He had a woman who she had twins and then she had triplets. Unfortunately, his boy died tragically. I don't know the details, and because I don't know the details, I won't say anything more about it. But he has 3 other girls out there who are giving. One of them I know has had kids, at least 2. She's probably on her 3rd by now, I hope. Yeah, we tell government what to do. That's the way it should be. Yeah, wow, I've been up 42 minutes now. Wow. Thanks, Reese. I appreciate your company, man. Yeah, like I said, we can do. I can live you on text messenger. But I just, you know, I'm usually free, dude. You're a married man and you're working. When you want to do a live, pop up, man. You'd be surprised. I'll look at you. Fuck, I was bored, man. All right, what's happening, man? 9 times out of 10, that's what you'll get. A horrifying picture rather than the gloriousness that it is. I think what kids do, it makes young adults act more adult because then they start to realize, wait a minute, I'm not just caring about me. I now have to carry, at least for the next 20 years, I have to care for this innocent newborn. They once that innocent newborn is in your hands, you know something matures in you. You know then, hey, wait a minute, it's not all about me anymore. At least for the next 20 years or less, but I say 20 isn't, you know. Reese, you need to get a hold of me, man. Go ahead, brother. I'm I'm bored to hell, especially when I'm drinking. I know you don't stay sober either. Yeah, that was my battery telling me, "Hey, plug in the charger, please." No problem. I always keep it handy dandy right there. Yeah. Hey, you'll catch me on a Friday or Saturday, and I'll probably be the captain and me like a visit on Fridays. Friday or Saturdays at least. Yeah. It's good to talk to like minds. Someone who's not going to go, oh, you're one of those mega people. Not fully, but close enough. Oh well. But you and me here now anyway. It's just you and me right now. I see just one there. So. The other one's kind of dropped out. I think it was the moment I picked up the pipe. I think they were afraid of it. Hey, once again, I want to remind everybody, I'm in Michigan, where dispensaries are everywhere, and marijuana is legal. So there, YouTube. I'm in Michigan. I can get high on YouTube. It's dispensary weed. They got all the records. I've only used one dispensary for the last 2 years, I think. And I had to make sure there's one in Galesburg, and there's two. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, right on, man. I do it out of boredom, and I know, you know, I have nothing else to do, you know. I started drinking until I was at least 50. I didn't know how to have a good meal beforehand, and you'll be all right. And don't mix liquor. Don't go from liquor to beer, or liquor to wine, or wine to liquor, or wine to beer. If you're gonna be on beer, stay on beer. I don't drink beer anyway. If you're gonna be on wine, stay. I don't drink wine anyway. If you're gonna drink liquor, stay on liquor. As long as you ate, yeah, I had a good dinner, and a snack after that. Yeah, I'll be all right.
Like my top 15 example. As touring musicians, my top two diabetes could have solved the style. I didn't let it. I'm Michael from the Warren Street, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm Lori,
Yep,
my A1C.
I hear that,
I lost
Reese.
some weight too. I
Perception.
also learned some people take
It's a hell of a tool, my friend. One hell of a tool. Self-perception, especially. I once heard that there were yogi masters that could imagine boils upon their skin and produce them. I think it's far more reaching than that. I think we all have. Not to put boils, but I think within our own minds we have the ability to heal even ourselves. Because if you can create damage, you can definitely heal yourself. I think I've done a pretty good job of that. It's like my body understands. All of a sudden, I'll get a craving for chocolate. And at the peak of it, I realized that depression was trying to creep up on me. And the chocolate went, especially dark chocolate, it went, no, here you go. You'll be all right. I know about getting old, it hurts more. That's why I don't drink every day. Oh, every night, I'm sorry. I never drink during the day. I'll let at least a day or two go in between, if not towards the end of the month. Yeah, probably tonight, and I probably won't until the beginning of next month. That way I'm kind of, hey, welcome aboard whoever popped up here with Mr. Reese and I having a conversation. I'm not sure if I've got it up so they're a fan, they're a subscriber or not. I don't look at that. I can't see it actually from an outside perspective. Anyway, yeah, I got 9 likes. Oh, excuse me, 9 likes already. Therese, right on, man. That's right. Yeah, he's got to get up and work. I'm positive. I could bet on it. Nobody will bet me though. Anyway, we'll see you, Mr. Reese. You have a good night. You and yours. Hell yeah. Uh-oh. We're good. Hey, whoever's up, the captain is going to hit his bowl. I'm in Michigan. I've been smoking marijuana for over half a century. Probably older than most of you out there. It's changed, but hey, as long as I'm smoking legal weed in the state of Michigan, check it. We have I have a rec store not 2 blocks from here. Now they closed 10 minutes ago. Doesn't matter. I want to give a big shout out here towards the end to JB. JB's an ultra fan. If I ever had an ultra fan, he is. He'll pick up on these. JB, give me 2 ducks and a thumbs up. 2 ducks and a thumbs up. Yeah, because I'm going to shut her down here soon. The captain needs to do a refill on his drink anyway, and I got to occupy the bathroom too to be nice about it. I have to use the loo. I want to give another shout out to Charles Beach. Charles Beach, you're badass, my friend. You are a badass. I'll call you a friend because I really like what you do. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. We'll see you the next time I go live. 2, 3, 4 days, something like that. Good night. Peace out.